Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. I am currently here at Disney's Pop Century Resort for a little staycation. So I checked in last night and I'm gonna show you what my little standard room looks like, and then after that we're gonna go wave bee hunting. I'm only missing 2 more wave bee pins. I got all the bubble wands last night off camera and I'll show you them. I do have them with me, but we're looking for 2 more wave bees. It's the Black Mickey Castle, and then we're also missing the Pascal from the Green series. So we're gonna try to find those today. So we're gonna check Pop Century, we're gonna go to Art of Animation, and then we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios because this resort does sit on the Skyliner, which is lovely. Also, first time staying at Pop Century Resort. If you saw like one of my previous videos where we went resort hopping, I said it is my dream to stay in this resort, and dream came true. And yes, Kevin does have very small dreams. But let's go take a look at the resort room and then let's go find these wave bee pins. Like I said, I'm staying at Disney's Pop Century and I'm staying in the 70s little groovy themed area. Look at the giant Mickey phone, so cool. And then these giant foosball guys. And look at this, the big wheel. Super cool. I love the value resort theming, so I'm very excited, very excited. So let's go take a look at the room. Because I am an annual pass holder, I got discounts on the room. So for 2 nights, I only paid $300, which is not too bad. Where'd I go? Here is my room, and you can use the My Disney Experience app to unlock your door, which is pretty cool. There we go. Boom, and here we are. Here we are. Love it, love it. Nice size. Look at the size of this bed. It's pretty big. I think that is a queen size bed or maybe a king. Either way, it's big. And it's just me today, so flying solo. Perfect. And then check it out. There is like a Murphy bed and you can pull this down to, well, let me move the chairs first. Because once you move these chairs, this pulls down and this table here like folds in on itself, which is pretty cool. So you can fit quite a few people in this room. There you go, look at that. And then Pluto's hiding behind there. Very cool. And pretty easy to open. You don't have to have a lot of strength. Literally just right there. And then giant TV. Nice little coffee bar with a refrigerator. Oh, this is the Loungefly bag I'm using today. It's my little Grogu bag. Here is the bathroom. Pretty nice. And I love that it has like the sliding like barn door, which is cool. And then you also get this sliding door here as well for a little bit of privacy. There's your bathroom situation. And this one has a mirror as well. Hello. And then this side here. And you do get some little storage space there. And there's my Mickey duffel bag. Yeah, so not too bad. Now let me show you the bubble wands that we got. Here are the bubble wands. I got 3 and then I have 2 more at home. I have Donald and who else? Pluto. I have Donald and Pluto at home, and then we just got from the Green series Dopey, which means we're only missing Pascal because we got Kermit and who else was in there? Kermit and somebody else. Peter Pan. We also got Peter Pan. So now we're only missing the Chasers, so we just have to wait for Disney to release the packs, and then we can try to score some of the Chasers, but we're only missing 2 more. So we need to find Pascal, and then we also need to find the castle in the all black with like the old school Mickey logo, like Mickey Mouse Club. So that's our goal for today. So we're gonna check the resorts and then we're headed to Hollywood Studios. And then I did bring with me some of these pins for a little bit of equal value trading. I totally forgot to pack some Boo Boo Kitty pins. So no Boo Boo Kitty pins today, but I also have these as well back here and here. And then inside, I have a little bit of some higher end stuff. Here's a look at the inside. I did purchase the Pop Century Resort pin because I do want to start collecting like the resorts that I stayed at. This one I traded for, so when we stay at Caribbean Beach Resort, we don't have to buy the pin. But I do want to do that. And at least once a month, I kind of want to do a staycation where we check out all the different resorts. So that would be fun. But yeah, this is also what I brought. So let's go hunt for some wave bee pins. Before we go searching for wave bee pins, let's just talk a little bit about what are wave A and wave B pins. So in Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and maybe even international parks, Disney releases hidden Mickey pins. And when they first release, you can only find them through like pin trading with cast members or on pin boards. And then after like a few weeks or maybe like a month or 2, they'll release the packs. And inside the packs are where you can score like the chaser pins. And chaser pins are pins that are produced like they produce less of those pins, which makes those little Little pins a little bit more, you know, a little bit more valuable because they're a little harder to find. But once those pins get released, then you will be able to find all these other pins just all over the place because most people then buy the packs to kind of get the chasers. So that's what a Wave A and Wave B is. So Wave A was like the first release they did, which was a couple months ago. And that's the blue series. The Mickey hats were in that series, I believe. Rumor is like mid-October is when they're going to release the packs for you to purchase, and then you can try to score the chasers. And again, once those get released, then finding like the bubble wands and everything else becomes pretty easy. But right now, the only way you can find like these bubble wands, the greens, the cupcakes is through pin trading with cast members because they'll do like refreshes on boards and then you can try to find them. Or you can go pin trading around like the pin trader area in Epcot because some of them do have them because they've been out in the parks hunting themselves and then they'll use those as traders. So that's how I've gotten most of mine. I've done it through like pin trading at Epcot, but I want to try to find our final two on pin boards today. So people have been saying resorts are where it's at, especially early in the morning. So we're staying here. It's early in the morning. Let's see if we can score our final two Wave B pins. So that was a look at my room. Now let's head to the main lobby area and take a look at the pin boards here and hopefully find a Wave B pin. Here we are at the main area of Pop Century Resort. We're actually staying pretty close to the main lobby. And now we're gonna pop into Classic Hall and locate our pin boards. Let's start with the gift shop, Everything Pop, and take a look at their pin boards. We actually have two pin boards inside the gift shop. All right, so here's a look at our first pin board of the day. And today we're Wave B hunting. And we're also gonna keep our eyes peeled, like a banana, for any real deal banana peel pins. All right, now I don't see anything that I want or need for my collection today, so let's head to our next one. We also ran into a pin trading cast member, and here's a look at their pins. Nothing on the pin board for me, and then we also ran into a pin trading cast member, and she had two real deal banana peel pins on the board, the Captain America and then the bunny from the bunny collection. It was Oswald. I don't need either of those. I do want to collect like real deal banana peel pins, but I want some that trade well. And something I've noticed, like Star Wars, Marvel just doesn't really move. Marvel's like for like a specific kind of trader. Star Wars is for like a specific kind of trader. Like they're looking for those pins. They don't like move very well, to me, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at our next board. And here's a look at our next pin board. And look at that. The little yodeling Mickey, he's a good one. He's in the booster pack or the starter pack. There's also Minnie with a bob. You know what? Let's do the Mickey here, and then we're going to trade away the Mr. Toad car. And we also have a pin trading cast members pin pad, and I really like this little up balloon. So let's take that as well, and then we'll trade away our tiny little piglet. So we ended up scoring two real deal banana peel pins. We got the yodeling Mickey who's in that booster pack, and we also got a Loungefly pin. It's a Lil Carl from Up, and he's a balloon. And then the cast member is just super friendly. They're like asking me like, oh, what are you filming for? And I tell them like, oh, I do pin trading on YouTube, and you know, I teach about like real deal banana peel pins, Boo Boo Kitty pins, and they're like, oh, we love that. And she was like, come back in a little bit and see what's changed, and maybe you could do an update. And maybe we'll do that at the end of the night. We'll do one more sweep of this area, like once we're coming back to our room, one more sweep of this area. So no Wave Bs yet, but good interactions, good vibes, and good pins so far. All right, so we're all done here in the gift shop area. This is Everything Pop. So let's go take a look at the front desk's pin board, and then that's a wrap on Pop Century. We can head to Art of Animation. Art of Animation is currently going through like a little refurb. They're like updating everything. So usually there would be like a DVC counter right here with a pin board. It's not available right now. Also, they added like really cool like Minnie and Daisy decals on the wall, and then that's all covered there. But the front desk is still open and running, and the pin board is still available. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at the front desk. Mother Gothel, Queen Icon. All right, no Wave Bs here either, or anything else that I want or need. So that's a wrap on Pop Century. That's a wrap on Pop Century Resort. Now we're just gonna walk straight across and head to Disney's Art of Animation, and then from there we can jump on the Skyliner because Pop Century sits along the Skyliner with access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Listen, I'm so excited to be staying at Pop Century. A little bucket list thing checked off. Value resort, so not super expensive. And also I love that now, like after I'm done filming, I don't have to drive home and then start editing. Like once I'm done, I just go to my room, start editing, and try to get this video up as fast as possible. So I like that feeling, just knowing I have like one more night here. Fantastic. Growing up, coming to Disney, like we didn't have the money to stay on property, so we used to like, you know, stay on those Kissimmee Strip hotels that were like, well, back then they were probably like $45 a night. you know? So it's just cool that now I could afford to stay at Walt Disney World. Okay, and here we are at Disney's Art of Animation. We're gonna head all the way to the main lobby area. That's gonna be Animation Hall, right? I believe it's called Animation Hall. And that's where we can find all of our pin boards. But I think this is gonna be our next resort stay. Art of Animation. I've always wanted to stay here too, and dreams do come true, so we will be staying here very soon. Hello, Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray Booty. Here we are at Animation Hall. Let's pop inside and take a look at our pin boards. Let's start with Ink and Paint Shop. Real quick before we check out the pin board, every resort does have their own resort exclusive merchandise. We've talked about this in the past, like here's the Spirit jersey for $79.99, some luggage tags, which are super cute, and they release resort exclusive pins. So I want to try to find the pin and see what it looks like for this resort. But look, the ornament is back in stock, and it's Ariel. And the animator's desk, that's pretty cool. The pins sometimes do sell out, but maybe it's here. So I'm not seeing the pin, but they do have the resort exclusive ears for $34.99 and also the resort lounge fly, which is pretty cool. So every time we stay at one of these resorts, we have to take home a souvenir, and maybe we'll do this. This is nice, right? I like this. I found the resort exclusive pin for Art of Animation, and it's got Ariel. How great is that? This is $12.99. And again, this resort does sit between the Skyliner, so they do have the Skyliner pins as well. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Ink and Paint Shop. Alrighty, no wave bees or anything else that I need, so let's head to the next. So nothing on the pin board for me. Now let's just pop into the Landscapes of Flavor and see if they have any pins. Now, if they had a pin board in here, it would be right there in that little gapped area where the cupcake is. So right now, they don't have any pins. I spoke to the cast member. No pin trading in there. The cast member waved in the video, so I was like, oh, let me go ask him. And he told me that no pin board, at least right now. He says sometimes he sees it, but it's not like always there. So, I mean, if you're coming here, just check just in case. All right, now we're gonna check out the main like front check-in desk situation. That sentence was wild. And here's a look at the pin board at the front desk. All right. Okay, I don't see anything that I want or need for my collection right now. So that is a wrap on Art of Animation. Nothing for me on the pin board at the front desk, but once again, cast member, super cool, super cool. Okay, so the Disney Vacation Club counter, boom, right there, sometimes has a pin board. Looks like they're not open yet. It's pretty early. It's like 8:50 or it's 9 o'clock now, so too early for that. But that's a wrap on Art of Animation. And now we can jump on the Skyliner and then start heading to Hollywood Studios. So here's the Disney Skyliner. Let's jump on and head to Hollywood Studios. Jumping on the Skyliner, is today the day we get a Zootopia bucket? I don't think so, but here we go. Oh man, and there's the Zootopia Skyliner bucket right there. All right, maybe next time, maybe on the way back. But here we go, Hollywood Studios. And now I've been to Pop Century Resort hundreds of times. This lady, every time.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
Anyway, as I was saying,
we are now gliding over Hourglass Lake. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
Are you done? Okay, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, I have serious beef with the Skyliner lady. Anyway, yeah, I've been to Pop Century Resort hundreds of times, but it's definitely a different feel when you're actually like staying here and you walk out of your little resort room and then boom, there's the Skyliner and you don't have to like drive to Hollywood Studios and do the whole parking situation. Definitely a different vibe and me gusta. Now, our first stop off of the Skyliner is actually going to be the transfer point. So we do have to transfer to another Skyliner. But if you wanted to, you can just head straight to Caribbean Beach Resort because there's a walking path to Caribbean Beach Resort that also connects to Riviera Resort. And then if you wanted to, you could just cross over onto the other Skyliner bucket, which I'll show you once we get to the little transfer center. But that one will take you like directly to Riviera Resort without doing the walking path. Or you could stay on and go all the way to Epcot. And then Epcot, it like spits you out right at the back entrance of Epcot, so right at World Showcase, and then from there you can go to all the resorts that sit in that circle, like Yacht and Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, the Boardwalk. All right, Jesus. Just got off the Skyliner, and here's the walking path you can take to Caribbean Beach Resort. Ton of pin boards here, but we are actually headed towards Hollywood Studios, so we got to jump on this Skyliner gondola situation here, and then if you wanted to go to Epcot, you would just jump on that one there. Or it also goes to Riviera Resort. But we're going to Hollywood Studios, so let's jump on this one here. Maybe now we'll get a Zootopia gondola. Well, nope, looks like we're getting BB-8. And we're off to Hollywood Studios. Now, I think before we go into Hollywood Studios, we should go to the resorts that sit around the,
Ladies, gentlemen, and islanders of all ages.
Before going into Hollywood Studios, we should take the little walking path and go to the resorts that sit between...
Throughout his life and career, Walt Disney had a
Why?
passion for animals
Why?
and the natural world.
We're going to go to Yacht and Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, and all of those resorts and take a look at those pinboards, and then we'll head to Hollywood Studios.
If you're lucky,
Deal.
you might spot some of the happiest wildlife on
So I just got off the Skyliner, and now let's take the walking path and head to Disney's Boardwalk. Now that walking path is going to be by the restrooms and by the bus transportation center thing here, okay? Let's go. Now, if you've been watching for a while, I'm sure it feels a bit repetitive, me telling you exactly where everything is all the time, but we do have new watchers a day, and we want to make sure that when they're here, they know how to get around. That's very important to me. So I apologize if it feels repetitive, but we want to make sure that everyone has the same opportunity to pin trade and get around and, you know, not get lost. So yes, that's that on that. Also, I mentioned that I want to try to do a staycation at least once a month, even if it's just for like 2 nights, 1 night. So in the comments, let me know which resorts you would like me to stay at for our staycation, because I'll also give you like a room tour. We'll check out the lobby, of course, do pin trading as well. So yeah, let me know which resort we should stay at next. Be reasonable, you know what I mean? I am a, listen, Motel 6 budget, Grand Floridian taste, you know what I mean? So don't say Riviera Resort, because the way my bank, if I try to type in my credit card number for Riviera Resort, the website will crash and say, sorry, brokey, Motel 6 is that way. I can only stay here now because they're offering like annual pass holder discounts. So keep it in the value resorts. You know what? Never mind. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing at all. I'm gonna pick it. Never mind. Scratch that out. Nah, I'm just kidding. Disney does run deals on their hotels sometimes, so maybe we can stay at the Grand Floridian. So yeah, where should we go? Let me know. What resort do we want to stay at next? Let me know in the comments. Here we are at Disney's Boardwalk. Now, we're on the back side of Boardwalk because they do have a community hall, which is this little building right here. It connects to one of their pools, and in there they have like an activity center with a pool table, the video games inside, and a pin board. So let's head in. It's called the Boardwalk Community Hall. Now, in order to get inside, you do have to cut through the pool. So this first little door you see here, which is gonna be on our right, doesn't open up. It's only for cast members. So you do have to kind of like swing all around and enter right here. Here are the doors you can enter to get into the community hall. And the pin board's gonna be right at the counter in the little corner. And here's a look at the pin board in the community hall. And boom, a wave A, another wave A. Very great pin board. Now we are looking for Bs, but you know what? Wave A's are good too. So I say, let's take 2 of them. And then we're gonna trade away these 2 character mugs. So let's do the castle here and this little Gaston here. All right, and we ended up scoring 2 wave A pins from the community hall here at Boardwalk. Sweet. Now I do already have both of these pins, but maybe we could use these to trade for the wave Bs. Maybe someone out there is actively searching for wave As, so hopefully we could score a wave B and then use these 2 here. But now we're gonna jump back on the path and head to like the main area of Boardwalk. So we're gonna go to the gift shop and the front desk lobby area. And here we are at Disney's Boardwalk. And now we're just gonna jump right back on this little path here, which is the Boardwalk path, and head to Screen Door General Store. That's where we can find the pin board. Also, maybe we should stay here. I have stayed here in the past. Someone gave me their Disney Vacation Club points during the pandemic more. You know, they couldn't make it out here, so I got to stay in one of the villas. It was amazing. So maybe we'll get to stay here again, depending on how much, you know what I mean? All right, pin board, let's go. Their Screen Door General Store, and then you also have a thimble and threads. Now, thimble and threads is where the pin board is, but they do connect, so you could enter through either door, but the pin board's really on this side. And as soon as we walk in, we have a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. Sweet, thank you. All right, and then here's the pin board in thimble and threads. Okay, and then we do have a pin trading cast member's pin pad as well. All right, oh, Mother Gothel, Queen Icon. Alrighty, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. And we got another pin trading cast member here. And here's a look at their pins. Nothing on the pin board or any of the pin trading cast members' pin pads for me, personally. But we do have more resort exclusive merchandise. I love it. I love resort exclusive merchandise. Look at the backpack, the mini ears, loungefly, very nice. And they glow in the dark. So, yeah. They also have a resort exclusive pin too. Let's see if we can find it. Here is the resort exclusive pin. This is $14.99. Follow me to Boardwalk. This one's very cute. So that's a wrap on Screen Door General Store / Thimbles and Threads. Nothing for me, but a lot of pin trading cast members in there. So anytime you're pin trading, just keep your eyes peeled like a banana for pin trading cast members, because you never know where you're going to spot them, especially resorts, because you'll have some just walking around willy-nilly out here. So, all right, but now we're going to head into the lobby area. So we're going to take this little path right up here and head into the lobby. And here we are in the lobby of Boardwalk. Let's go take a look at the pin board right at the front desk. Just talk to the cast member and they'll show it to you. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at the front desk here at Boardwalk. I was just, there she is, Minnie with a Bob. I almost called this one Minnie with a Bob. But Minnie with a Bob, Queen, Icon, Grand Supreme. Okay, no wave bees or anything else that I want or need. So that's a wrap on Boardwalk. So nothing for me in the main lobby of Boardwalk, but cast member, always so lovely there. She's also a pin trader, but just always super, super nice. Shout out to her. I sometimes feel like, you know who Eloise is when she lives in the hotel? Sometimes that's how I feel with like some of the cast members who have seen me so much over the past, like, I've been doing this for 5 years now. So over the past 5 years, they've been like, oh, that's Kevin. Yep, that's Kevin. So I feel like Eloise, when she be going down to the lobby, I'm Eloise. So now we're gonna follow this path all around this lagoon area. So all these resorts sit in a circle, and we're headed to a beach club next. But as we walk over, this is your reminder, equal value trade, my friends. If you see a good Disney pin on the board, make sure you're leaving a good one in return. A real Disney pin for a real Disney pin. And if you see a Boo Boo Kitty on the board that you like, and if you're new here, Boo Boo Kitties are pins that are not real. I just like to call them Boo Boo Kitties because it's fun and silly. But yeah, if you see like a Boo Boo Kitty pin that you like, just leave another Boo Boo Kitty. It's fine, you know? So yeah, equal value trade. Real for real, Boo Boo Kitty for Boo Boo Kitty. You guys, as I was just filming that last little piece you saw, I ran into a friend who watches Ren. Fabulous name, Ren. Like Kylo Ren, but spelled differently. But shout out to you, Ren. So wonderful to meet you. She was like, hey, Kevin, I know you're searching for bubble wands and wave bees. I have one and I'm not collecting them, but let's do a trade. And I was like, yes, please. So my friends, I just scored the Pluto bubble wand, and I traded away the Remy Ratatouille Adventure pin that went to Character Warehouse. Ren, you're the best. Thank you so much. You know, a lot of people are saying like they don't love the bubble wands because they're kind of just like blah, but I don't know. There's something about these. They're very cute. They're very, very cute. And this wave bee, I love all the pins. Like they did the green series, and there's a Pleagly that I love. Like they really did a great job for wave bees. So I like them. I like them. All right, and here we are at Disney's Beach Club. Let's pop inside and locate the pin boards. So our first pin board's gonna be here at the front desk where you do your checking in, but also, the line is kind of long, but Cape May Cafe, it's open and they have a pin board. I've never seen this pin board. Let's go. And here's a look at the pin board at Cape May Cafe. Wow, oh, there's my boy Nick from Zootopia. All right, no wave bees, but excited to finally see this pin board for myself. So nothing on that pin board for me, but finally I got to see it. Now we're gonna take a look at the pin board at the front desk where you do your checking in. So the line for front desk is like super, super long, and I could see the pin board from like behind the counter. All Boo Boo Kitties, nothing that I want or that I need, no wave bees, so let's head to the next. Now we do have a Disney Vacation Club counter with a pin board. Let's take a look at this one. Here's a look at the pin board at the Disney Vacation Club counter. Minnie with a Bob, love it, but also, this is 2023 or 2024, I can't remember, but that's the hidden Mickeys from that set. There's also Dumbo, Fantasia, the Wally robot, this guy. Not too bad at all. Alrighty, now I don't need anything here, so let's head to the next. Let's pop into Beach Club Marketplace because they also have a pin board. Alright, here's a look at the pin board at Beach Club Market. Oh, remember we found this a while back, the ticker pin? Alright, now I don't see any wave bees here. Yeah, nothing that I want or need. that's a wrap on Beach Club Marketplace. But when you're in here, they have like this little cafeteria portion with all like the food, beverages and stuff. And sometimes you can find pin trading cast members walking around. So make sure you're just checking that area. None right now, but in case you're coming here, you know, keep your eyes peeled like a what? Banana. All right, we're done with Beach Club. Let's head to the next resort. So we're all done with Beach Club. We're gonna start walking towards Yacht Club. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. But yeah, these resorts are fabulous because you do have a nice little walking path straight to Epcot or to Hollywood Studios. Now where we're staying, we got the Skyliner. So if you prefer like a Skyliner and you don't want to walk, you could stay at Pop Century or Art of Animation. But if you don't mind the walk, because listen, I'm a walker, Katie. I'm a walker. I like to walk. And I prefer like this area because I want to be able to just walk. I don't like waiting. Like I'm sure at night, once the fireworks end at Hollywood Studios, trying to get back to Pop Century might be a little bit of a pain because everyone's doing it at the same time. So the line for the Skyliner is probably crazy. So I would prefer to just like, you know, scoot and boot all the way to like this resort. But anyway, let's go to the resort. Okay, and here we are at Yacht Club. Let's pop inside and locate the pin boards. Here we are in the lobby. First pin board, front desk. Let's go. And here's a look at the pin board. There goes a you, Alice, Jafar time, little Mowgli from the Jungle Book. All right, nothing that we need right now, so let's keep moving. Now, in the lobby area, we have Ale and Compass, which also has a pin board. And here's a look at the pin board at Ale and Compass, and I'm not seeing anything here either. Alrighty, let's move on. Now, our final stop here at Yacht Club is gonna be the market. Let's take a look at their pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in the market. Alrighty, I don't see any wave bees here, so let's head to the next. Nothing for me at a Yacht Club. We are all done, but I got a little bit choked up in there because the cast member who was handling the pin board at the market, just so nice. She was an older lady, and she was telling me that she is also a pin collector, and she collects Goofy pins, and she will buy Goofy pins but then forget that she already bought them. She's like, my memory, I sometimes forget that I've bought them. So now she's like, now I take pictures of all my pins on my phone and I have to swipe and swipe to see if I have that pin. And I was just telling her, well, at least you can trade them if you already have them. It was just such a cute moment, and it just shows you like pin trading is for everyone, all ages, from the youngest future pin trader of America to literally the oldest. You know, everyone can enjoy it. It's such a good time. I love pin trading. Okay, let's head to Swan and Dolphin, and then Hollywood Studios. That was so nice. I like that. All right, and here we are at Swan and Dolphin. Now, for the sake of today's video, we are only going to go to the Swan portion of Swan and Dolphin on the Swan side. So, because it's going to rain and I want to make sure we get to Hollywood Studios. So, we're going to only go there. They do have pin boards here. There are only two. There's one at the Disney Ticket Center, and then there's also another at the Disney store they have here. But here at the Swan portion, there's one at the front desk. Joffrey, well, not Joffrey's, it's Java. Java Coffee has one, and so does the Disney store on this side. So let's just go to the Swan portion of Swan and Dolphin on the Swan side, where the giant swan is. Swan. Now, if you're a pin trader and you're looking for a community, baby, buckle up, Buttercup, because I've got the place for you. It's called For the Love of Pins. It's a Facebook group for pin traders of all levels. So the newest one to the one that has been doing it for hundreds and thousands of years. It's a great Facebook group. I'm in there myself. I post once in a while. I'm pretty bad at posting on there, but I will get better, I promise. I did post there like 2 days ago. But yeah, great Facebook group. You can post like your pin collection on there and people will like comment on it. And then also if you're looking for something, you can interact with like other traders who might have the pin you're looking for. So you could do like through the mail pin trading. It's quite fabulous. It's quite fabulous. I do love it. And it's called For the Love of Pins on Facebook. I want them to get to 10,000 Facebook group members. They currently just hit 5,000, which is like great job. And the admins in there, just fun, safe space for all pin traders. Go join For the Love of Pins on Facebook. Go right now. All right, and we made it into Swan and Dolphin, Swan portion of the Swan Resort, and this is the Swan statue. And once you see the Swan statue here at Swan and Dolphin, Swan portion, the coffee shop with the pin board is Java, and it's right here. by the swans. Oh, that's a real deal banana peel. Well, maybe, right? This is from the carrot. Did this get Boo Boo Kitty'd? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is thinner than me. Ow. Yeah, that is not real. Look how those Mickeys don't go to the edge, which sometimes real ones will look like that as well. So you gotta add like a whole bunch of different practices to like detecting a fake pin. Oh, look at those lines. I don't think so. All right, that's a Boo Boo Kitty, honey. That is a Boo Boo Kitty. All right, and here's a look at the rest of the board. All right, now I don't see anything that I want or need, so that's a wrap. So nothing on the pin board for me at Java. Now we're gonna check out the pin board in the Disney store. It's literally just next door. But while I was in the Java, the cast member was like, hey, you're that guy from TikTok who's obsessed with the lug bags, right? And I was like, that's me. So here's a look at the pin board in the Disney store. They actually have two, so there's one on the opposite side as well. So here's the first. All right, no wave bees and nothing we need right now. And here's a look at the second pin board in the Disney store. Mother Gothel, Queen Icon. All right. Okay, no wave bees or nothing we need right now. Oh, Minnie with a bob. Alrighty, that's a wrap on Swan and Dolphin. I went to the front desk, no pin board right now. That's fine, and now we can head to Hollywood Studios. But maybe we should stay here at Swan and Dolphin. This is a nice one, and this is not like, it's not like technically a Disney resort, but they're like partnered together, kind of. Yes, I would like to stay here, but only on the Swan side of Swan and Dolphin. And here we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Let's see if we can score a wave bee pin here. So our first stop is gonna be right before you enter the park. We have a Movie Land where they sell like plushies, bubble wands, accessories. They have a pin board here. And here's a look at the pin board at Movie Land. Alrighty, no wave bees here. Nothing that I want or need. All right, let's head into the park. So we made it into Disney's Hollywood Studios. Our next pin board is gonna be right here at Guest Relations. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Guest Relations. All righty. Oh, there's Nick again. Alrighty, nothing for me. Let's head to the next. So nothing for me at Guest Relations. Now we're gonna pop into Sid's, which is the Photo Pass Center. They have a pin board here. Sorry, that was so close to my face. Oh my geez. Yeah, oh my geez, what is that? Should I reshoot? No, keep it in, Kevin. Keep it in. This is who you are, a mess. We're gonna head in here, take a look at that pin board. Hopefully score a wave B in there. That was wild. That was absolutely wild. All right, here's a look at the pin board in Sid's. Look at that. The Leia from the 2024. Yeah, I think she's from 2024. Why? I kind of want that, right? Yeah, I feel like that's a good one. You know what? Yeah, let's do that, and then we're gonna trade away. Let's do the Sugar Rush Girly Pop. Let's get rid of her. Take this one here and put her there. That's a pretty good one. Perfect. All right, so we ended up scoring a hidden Mickey. This is from, I believe it's 2024. This is 2024 hidden Mickey, the Star Wars, or maybe whatever year. It's a hidden Mickey, and it's Princess Leia. Love to see it. All right, so our next pin board is going to be right here in the center at Crossroads of the World. They have a pin board. Here's a look at the pin board at Crossroads of the World. Okay, there's a chin, figment, little acorn. I think these are Tokyo. Well, you know, they're trying to be Tokyo because Tokyo has a set like this. And I believe they're cookies, but these are Boo Boo Kitties right here. They duped them, so be careful with those. Alrighty. Nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So now it's time to start tackling the gift shops that sit on Hollywood Boulevard. Let's start with Mickey's of Hollywood. You can sometimes find pin trading cast members in here. Not always, because the few times we've been here, no pin trading cast members at all, but you gotta check. You always gotta check. So we do have a pin trading cast member in here, and look at that Louisa pin. We definitely want that, and then we'll trade away. Let's do the one of Oogie Boogie's boys from Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, friends, not a wave B, but we scored the Luisa Encanto pin, and it slides back and forth. That's pretty cool, right? This did end up at Character Warehouse like many, many months ago, but look, I got her. Sweet. All right, let's see if there are any more pin trading cast members in here. So we have another pin trading cast member. Wow, that's the new Haunted Mansion pin. We definitely want that. And let's trade away the Thumper here. Ding, ding, ding. Mickey's of Hollywood for the win. This is the new Haunted Mansion blind box, and it's like a puzzle set, and it's kind of like the ceiling of the attraction, and each little panel represents like a different character from that attraction. This is the centerpiece. This is Madame Leota. What A fabulous score. Wow, that is great. Now, I don't think there are any more pin trading cast members in Mickey's of Hollywood, so let's go ahead and head to the next board. Wow, that's great. Okay, so now we're gonna cross right over to Celebrity 5 and Dime. They've got a pin board, and sometimes pin trading cast members. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in 5 and Dime. Okay, and then we do have a pin trading cast members pin pad as well. Do you mind if I show your pin pad?
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty, thank you so much. Okay, so nothing on the pin trading cast members pin pad for me. Also nothing on the pin board. They did have 2 trivias, but the people in front of me did the trivia, so I did kind of get to see what was behind there. So I didn't do it because it was 2 Boo Boo Kitty pins. But yeah, we're all done here in 5 and Dime. No more pin trading cast members. No. All right, let's head to the next spot. So now we're gonna head to Keystone Claves because they've added a pin board there. They used to have pin trading cast members sometimes, but now they officially have a pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in Keystone Clothes. Okay, and we also have a pin pad as well. Oh, that's the Sleepy Dumbo one. That's pretty good. Alrighty. No wave bees. Nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So nothing for me at Keystone Claves, and that was our final gift shop here on Hollywood Boulevard, and now it's time to tackle the gift shops that sit on Sunset Boulevard, starting off with Walt Disney World Ticket Central Hollywood Junction. It is their blue umbrella, like the guest experience team. It's in that little building right there. Let's go. Why do I keep putting the camera like so close to my face? Here's a look at the pin board, and boom, that's another one of the Mickeys. So that Mickey is a part of this set here. So we want him. We definitely want him. Should we do the Crazy Eye Cinderella? This is from the Princess Blind box that's sold out. You can't get this anymore. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this Crazy Eye Cinderella. Put her down and take this guy here. Perfect. Thank you so much. So we ended up scoring another Mickey from that booster pack. Pretty good. And then the cast member heard me talking about the Cinderella, and after I was done filming, she was like, I'm sorry, let me see that. And she looked at it and she was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with her eyes? And I was telling her like all the Cinderella pins for some reason, no, well, not all, but some of the Cinderella pins they do here, they can't get her eyes right. They always look wild. She looks terrified. She looks scared for her life. Anyway, next pin board, Beverly Sunset, right behind me. They added a pin board here. It used to only be pin trading cast members, but now we have a board, and let's see if we can score a wave B here. So the last time we were here at Hollywood Studios, we purchased this Lotso bag. So cute. He smells like strawberries, $90. Didn't regret it at all. Well, look what they just released. They cannot do this to me. They literally cannot do this. Look at this. 90 for him. Now he's not scented, but so cute. Oh man. And I feel like if I have one for them from the collection, like you have to have the other, right? Like why would they do this? Like why would they do this to me? Is he really 90? Oh my gosh. Listen. Character Warehouse. Character Warehouse. Oh, I love this. So cute. And it's like pastel. Character Warehouse, Character Warehouse. All right, here's a look at the pin board in Beverly Sunset. And look, there's a Daredevil pin that also went to Character Warehouse. Not big into Marvel pins, so we'll save it for someone else. But no wave Bs and nothing that I want or need. Alrighty. And we also have a pin trading cast member in here. And here's a look at their pins. Nothing for me at Beverly Sunset. That's quite all right. We're gonna cross over to the Majestic Theater now. Let's go. All right, and we do have a pin trading cast member in here, and here's a look at their pins. Nothing on that pin trading cast member's pin pad for me. Now we're gonna pop into Sunset Club Couture, which also connects to Once Upon a Time, and they share a pin board. And sometimes you can find pin trading cast members wandering around, but you gotta keep your eyes peeled. Like a what? I don't even gotta say it, because you already know. No, I gotta say it, banana. And here's a look at the pin board. That one's pretty good. Oh, wave A. Very nice. Oh, there's Anna. Oh, shoot. Hold on now. Oh, no. Pass. Alrighty. Thank you so much. And nothing for me at Sunset Club Couture / Once Upon a Time. There were some real deal banana peels on the board, except for that Anna pin. That Anna pin, that was a pretty strong Boo Boo Kitty, though. That was a pretty decent Boo Boo Kitty. The back had no, like, logo, no copyright Disney logo on the back, but the Anna looked great. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna cross over to Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs. So that's a little pin souvenir shop right here. Let's go. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs. Look at that, Snow White. So good, and then there's a pin pad as well. Very nice. Oh, sorry. Alrighty, nothing for me. Let's keep moving. All right, so nothing for me at Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs. Now we're gonna head to Tower of Terror. They have a gift shop, Tower Hotel Gifts, that has a pin board. Also, Tower of Terror, only a 30-minute wait. That's pretty good. Here is a Tower Hotel Gifts. Let's pop inside and take a look at the pin board. Here's a look at the pin board at Tower of Terror. Look at this one. That's a pretty good one. I think this is Lightyear, Pixar Lightyear. That's pretty nice. No, I don't need it, but good to see. Alrighty, now no wave bees or anything else that I need. So that's a wrap on Tower of Terror. Okay, so we're gonna make one more stop here on Sunset Boulevard, and we're gonna head to a Rockin' a Roller Coaster because over at the gift shop, Rock Around the Shop, they have a pin board. Sometimes, not always, sometimes. Maybe it'll be there today. Maybe there'll be a wave bee. Here's a look at the pin board in Rock Around the Shop. Chip. Oh, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Another Dapper Dan set, Munchlings, very nice, a great pin board. Little angel. All right, so we're looking for wave bees. I don't see any here, but not a bad pin board. All right, let's move on. So that's a wrap on Rock Around the Shop. Nothing for me. There did have like some pretty good pins. There were a lot of real deal banana peel pins on there. Just nothing that I really wanted, and I don't want to take anything just for the sake of, just taking a real pin. We'll save it for the next person, unless it's a good one. But also, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Did you see that pin on there? A part of me kind of wanted that. But then also like, what would I do with it after that, right? Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so we're all done with Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard, and now we can start tackling the pin boards that sit around the park. So by like Mickey and Minnie, Indiana Jones, all those areas, Toy Story Land. So let's head towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because we do have a pin hat at the Brown Derby. So here is the Hollywood Brown Derby. We're gonna pop inside and take a look at the Derby hat and see if there are any good pins on there. So here's a look at the Derby hat, the pin. Okay, now if you wanted something from here, do not pull the pins off yourself. Also, don't put your hands underneath it because there are pins with no backings on here, so you can get stabbed. Snow White's baby daddy. Is someone keeping track how many times we've seen him on this specific hat? Is this just the same one? Maybe so. Should we do an episode of only Snow White baby daddies? Let me know in the comments. That could be fun. All right. Oh, maybe we should do Snow White's baby daddy and then collect all like accessories like hats, gloves, and stuff. That could be fun. All right, now I don't see anything here for me. I done spun it like 6 or 7 times. All right, let's keep moving. Nothing for me at the Brown Derby, but I do like that idea of finding all the little accessories. Category is what's in my closet. Ooh, I like that. Or Snow White's baby daddy, we have to find him a whole new outfit. Oh man, if we could have the pin, like the little pin pad with him on the side, and it'll look like one of those early 2000s video games where they used to like dress up the dolls on the computer. Do you know what I'm talking about? Don't make me look crazy, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's head towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because they have a pin board over there. It used to be at this little cart here. I say this every time. It used to be at this little pin cart here, but then they moved it to where the exit is for the attraction. Now, sometimes you do got to swing by the little pin area, like the cart, because they have pin trading cast members sometimes. Looks like there's none right now, so we'll just go straight to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway's exit and check out the pin board. I am holding in a burp so bad. Okay, so this is the exit of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and then bada bing, bada boom, this is the gift shop here with all the merchandise, and they have a pin board. All right, here's a look at the pin board by Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Boom, 2025 Minnie, that's pretty good. Munchling, always good to see a Munchling, which I think I might take that Munchling and then put down the Stitch from the Hidden Mickeys of 2023 or 4 or 2022, I don't really know. Get on there. Jeez Louise. Is this metal? Oh, there you go. Alrighty. All right, nothing else here for me? Sweet. So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railways pin board ended up being a hit. We scored a Munchling, and I always tell you, Munchlings, fabulous. They trade very, very well. I like a Munchling. Listen, I like a Munchling. Oh, also, as we were exiting, we ran into a friend who watches, who was on their own Wave Bee journey, and they needed bubble wands and the green series, and I was like, you know what? I have 2 of these Plutos, so we got a Pluto earlier, right, in the video, but I gave it away because you know what? Good pin karma. I'll find the actual pin that I need. I already have that Pluto, so we could, help someone else out with their collection because that's what this is all about, right? It's about community and helping people. I don't need 100 bubble wands. I only need the ones that I need. I don't need to hoard all these bubble wands. So if my friend needs one, I got you. And you are my friend, so if you are out and about and you need like one of the Wave Bs and you see me, ask me. I might have one and I might be able to like do a trade. I won't say like not guaranteeing that I will have it, but if I do, I'm glad to help you out because we need to start putting community back in pin community. All right? Oh, that was very like presidential of me. Yes. So our next pin board is gonna be here at Frozen Fractals All Around. All around. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at Frozen Fractals All Around. Minnie with a bob, love to see that diva. We also have a pin trading cast members pin pad. All right, are those blind trade or trivia?
Trivia.
Trivia, let's do it. All right, so we got the trivia right. We got the Sleeping Pluto here, which we like. And we'll let you pick for your next trivia.
Okay, awesome.
And everything is up for trade.
Okay, this one.
Louisa, perfect.
Yeah.
This one has double backings. Do you have an extra? Okay.
I do have an extra.
Perfect.
Thank you so
There you
much.
go. Thank you so much.
Do you want to try one more or you want to go to your next location?
Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
The castle.
You want to do the castle?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sweet. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Great
I hope
trivias.
you have a great rest of your day. Okay?
Thank you, you too. All right, friends. So we did trivias. We did 2 trivias, and we got a pixie plush of Sebastian, and we also got the Pluto sleeping one. Now, the question for the first one was to name the 5 Disney princesses whose mom and dad are both alive, which most princesses' mamas are no longer with us. So this was it took me a minute, but she was very helpful. Also, she gave me hints by singing the songs from the film, which was so fun. She also had a beautiful voice. Mulan, both parents. Aurora, both parents. Moana, both parents. Who else? Aurora, Moana, Mulan. I do this every time. I have the memory of a goldfish. I really, really should go to the hospital and see what's wrong with my memory bank. Anyway, we got it right. We got those 2. Also, Sebastian's question was what 2 princesses have tattoos, and it is Pocahontas. She has an arm tattoo, and Moana, at the end of Moana 2, gets tattoos. So those are the 2 princesses, and we scored these 2, so hooray. Now, you know what? Let's swing over to Indiana Jones Epic Stuntacular because it looks like the show is currently running. They're not ushering anyone in, and they sometimes have a pin board. If like they have extra cast members, they can bring out the pin board, but if they need everyone in the front, they don't. So this one might be like a no-go, but it doesn't hurt to ask, and they're always super nice every time I do ask, so let's see, maybe they have it. So no pin board at Indiana Jones Epic Stuntacular, but the cast member told me that if you don't see anybody in the front with the pin board, to check here by Vacation Fun, because sometimes they'll send someone over here with the pin board to just hang out here in this area, which now come to think of it, I have seen like a pin board floating here before, or pin trading cast members. So make sure you're checking Mickey and Minnie's Vacation Fun. It's a nice, cute little short that they do here. All right. Let's go. Next location. Chicken fingers. We're passing Backlot Express restaurant, and they got good chicken fingers there. But you know what? I'll do that for dinner since we're staying at Pop Century tonight. We'll have dinner over there. But love a good chicken finger. I think in the last video we were talking about chicken fingers, and someone left a comment. Someone said Kevin's spirit animal is a chicken finger. And that just took me out. Because it's so true. My Patronus from Harry Potter would be just a chicken finger. I almost got knocked out with the balloons. Yeah. Expecto Patronus and then just a chicken tender. Love it. All right. Next pin board is going to be at Star Wars Star Tour. And then we're going to go to the gift shop, Tatooine Traders. Sorry, I'm thinking about chicken fingers and now I'm like delirious. Expecto Patronus. Chicken finger. Now here we are at Tatooine Traders. Let's pop inside and take a look at the pin board. So here's a look at the pin board at Tatooine Traders. All right. Oh, that's a large Donald puzzle piece. That's pretty cool. All right, no Wave Bs, nothing that I want or that I need. Let's keep moving. Now, our next stop is gonna be Sci-Fi Diner because they have pin trading cast members in here. They actually have like a pin basket where they store all the pin trading cast members' pin pads, and they can just, you know, grab it from underneath the desk and you can take a look. So let's go see if it's available. Okay, so I didn't even make it to the counter where you talk to the cast member. It's currently, well, it's 12 o'clock, so it's about to be like lunchtime. So it is just crowded in there, so crowded. So if you're here, you check it out. The last time we came here, it was all like Boo Boo Kitties. So nothing that I wanted or needed. And every time we have gone, it's been like a lot of Boo Boo Kitties. And I think that happens because not a lot of people know about this area for pin trading. So they don't really get a lot of love. So if you're pin trading, bring nice pins to there. Okay? All right. All right, so let's cut through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and head to our final pin board, which is going to be over in Toy Story Land. Now, Star Wars doesn't have any pin trading at all, which missed opportunity. I think it should, right? I say this every time that we should do like Star Wars pin trading where you could only trade Star Wars pins there and call them galactic badges, and you can trade your Ahsoka galactic badge for another one. Just saying. And Disney, if you do it, I own 51% of this company, okay? Just circling back to my idea about pin trading here in Galaxy's Edge, like how cool would it be if the pin traders were dressed up as like sketchy scavenger people here on Batuu, and they're like trying to get you to trade galactic badges, right? And they're your pins, they're your Star Wars themed pins. Come on, I'm literally laying out the blueprint for you. Just take the idea. I'm not even asking to be compensated, just do it. You know what I mean? Like hanging out right here, just a guy dressed in like a trench coat, and when he like opens his trench coat, it's all like the Star Wars galactic pins or badges, and then you gotta trade with them. So cool. I'm a genius. Ooh, Kylo Ren is on stage choking someone out. Molly, we in danger, girl.
If she is here, she may not be alone.
All right, so we are headed to Toy Story Land to go check out our final pin board at Jesse's trading post, but I kind of want to do a Star Wars day and just do like the merchandise again and ride the rides and eat the food and just have a full video of just Star Wars Day. I think that would be fun. Now, I wish I knew someone who was like super into Star Wars like me, because everyone's favorite co-host Tony, like he'll come for the day, but he doesn't really know too much about Star Wars, so he's always like, this is cool, but he's not really like into it like that. Like Tony don't know the difference between the Hutts and the Pikes. Like he don't know nothing. He don't know a thing. So yeah, I need to find a BFF who's down to be in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, and here we are in Toy Story Land, and our final pin board is going to be at Jesse's Trading Post, which is going to be all the way over there towards Toy Story Mania. And once you make it to Toy Story Mania, you're just going to look for the Pixar ball, which is right here, and then follow the exit path. And here's a look at our final pin board at Jesse's Trading Post. Oh, this is from a starter set from a really long time ago with Mickey, Minnie. I believe Donald was also in this set, and it looked like this with some writing. Very cool. Haven't seen that in a long time. It is a real deal banana peel. All right, now I don't see anything here, right? We're looking for Wave B's. None. All right, and that's a wrap on Hollywood Studios. So we're all done with Jesse's Trading Post, and that was our final pin board. So we're all done with Hollywood Studios. So now let's head all the way back to Pop Century, and then we're gonna do one more lap, and then go take a look at the pin boards in the front desk, the gift shop, and maybe score a Wave B, because we ended up scoring one, but we traded away, so no Wave Bs today. So, all right, Pop Century, here we come. So I made it back onto the Skyliner, and once again, not a Zootopia Skyliner bucket. Soon, one day we will get the Zootopia. I don't think you understand how thrilled I am to be staying at a resort, because normally, like after I'm done filming, I would have to get in my car, drive all the way home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Disney...
Sorry. I hate that lady so much. I hate her. But I don't think you understand how excited I am to be staying in the resort, because now I don't have to drive all the way home. I could just literally pop inside my room, get to editing, and then get back to filming again, because I have to do some content for Instagram and TikTok. Over at the Magic Kingdom tonight, so I don't have to drive home and then drive back. I don't live far from Walt Disney World, but I live like off of I-4. Yeah, I live off of I-4, so you already know I-4 is the devil. The traffic is always insane no matter what time of day it is. It's just always crazy, so I just get to edit real quick and then back into the parks. Anyway, you can continue now. All right, my friends, we made it back home here at Pop Century. Let's do one more lap of the pin boards here in the main area, Classic Hall. Hopefully we can score Wave B. Last chance right here, right now. Let's take a look at the pin board at Everything Pop. Here's a look at the pin board in Everything Pop. And no wave bees, no wave bees. All right, we do have, I believe, another pin board in here on the other side. Let's go take a look at that one. We're headed to our final pin board. Well, our next to final pin board, but look at this, man. Isn't this good? That is $119.99. I love a denim jacket, let me tell ya. That's a good one. Anything on the front? Oh, look at that Mickey on the front pocket. Okay, Character Warehouse, fingers crossed. For those, I always say Character Warehouse, fingers crossed, because Character Warehouse is a discount store where they send like overstock merchandise or merchandise that's just been sitting here for a long time. So like Halloween merchandise, right? Halloween merchandise that doesn't sell, and then Christmas rolls around, they'll move it to like Character Warehouse, and you can get it discounted for like 50, 60, sometimes 70, even 80% off. I've gotten a pin there for literally 99 cents. I've gotten a Spirit jersey there for, I think, $8.99 because it just was sitting for so long. But yeah, Character Warehouse, that's what it is. All right, and here's a look at our final pin board and everything pop. Minnie with a bob, love that diva. All righty, no wave bees. All right, and then we have the pin and trading cast members pin pad. Okay, so no wave bees and everything pop. But that was the cast member that said you gotta come back later so you can see how much it changed. And when she saw me, she was like, come, it changed. So she had the pin pad. And she said she did have wave bees, but she was like, as soon as I put them out, like a whole group of people came and just cleaned house, and they put all those that you saw on her pin pad. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's all right, we'll find them eventually. That's the thing about these wave bees, is that the hype is crazy now because you can only get them through pin trading with cast members or on boards, because they don't sell these pins yet. But mid-October, that's when they're supposed to release, allegedly. Then they'll be everywhere, and then the hype will die down. So if you see these wave, let me sit down for this. Let me have a seat, because we need to talk. If you see these wave A or B pins on Whatnot, any of these like places that sell pins, listen, I don't check anyone's bank account. I don't tell people what to do, but please do not overpay for those pins, because the people on Whatnot are pushing those pins for like, I think, I haven't checked in a while, but I think when they first dropped like wave A, wave B, they were going for like, I think like $40 to $50 a pin, and now those pins you can find everywhere, like the wave A's, and now those pins value at like $10 a pin. So do not overpay for these like wave B's, because that's the newest one, wave B's. Don't overpay. You'll find them eventually, like they'll be pretty much everywhere, and then the people on Whatnot will have no choice but to lower their prices, because nobody's gonna buy them for that high. So listen, don't buy it right away. Don't overspend on a pin. Don't get sucked into that. Just wait it out. The pin will drop in value, and then you can get them, especially these wave A, wave B's. They're gonna be everywhere, so. All right, sorry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We got one more pin board. Let's go take a look. Oh God, it's check-in time, so the line is astronomical. Maybe we'll just glance over the counter and see if we can see it. So I could definitely see the pin board from the front desk. Nothing there, no wave B's, a lot of Mother Gothels, if I'm gonna be honest. There was more than one Mother Gothel on that board. So nothing for me. Let's head to our room and take a look at the pins we got today, and that's a wrap. I love that I can say that. Let's head to the room. So we made it back into the room. Now let's take a look at the pins that we got today. So we ended up scoring a Gaston pin, which is lovely. This is from Wave A. I ran into a friend who watches, and then we did the Bubble Wand trade, right? And I ended up taking this one here, which is the Mickey from Wave A, which this is my favorite from the Wave A's. This one here. I think that one looks the best. We scored the Mickey from the starter pack. And we also scored this Mickey as well, which is also in that same starter pack, Mickey on his little Vespa. We also got the Up Loungefly pin of little Russell, and he's a balloon. Sorry. There you go. He's so small, it's kind of hard for the camera to pick him up. We also scored, the Sebastian from the Pixie Plush set. That one's pretty good. We also got the Pluto from the Sleeper set. Boom. And some of these you have to be careful because some of them are Boo Boo Kitty. This one is a real deal banana peel pin, but they did start making these, like they started Boo Boo Kittying these, so be careful with these. We also got, oh, that's right. We got a Munchling. Boom. Wonderful. We also got, this one here. Yeah. We got the Princess Leia from the Hidden Mickeys. I believe this is 2023, but I could be wrong. But we got that one. And we also got the Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion new blind box. So overall, very successful pin trading day. We got 3, 6, 9. We've got 10 pins today. 10 fantastic pins. Now, did we find the bubble wands or the green series that I needed? No. Did I have a good time? Absolutely. Absolutely. I had a really, really good time. Now, we did score a Wave B bubble wand from a friend who watches, but we decided to help out another friend. So, no Wave Bs today, but that's all right. That's all right. Like I said, I had a great time. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I'm the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about everywhere. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.